Welcome to the enigmatic realm of the Godzilla analog horror series, a labyrinth of chilling narratives that transcend conventional storytelling. Shrouded in mystery and darkness, these tapes invite us into a universe where Godzilla is not just a character on the screen, but an entity that haunts the very fabric of reality. Today, we unravel the backstory of the Godzilla analog series and analyse its bone-chilling episodes. The Godzilla analog horror series offers a unique perspective on the legendary Godzilla story. It weaves together a complex narrative that merges elements of the traditional Godzilla mythos with new, darker themes, creating a captivating and eerie experience. It all started in the 1950s with the original Godzilla film, which introduced Godzilla as a colossal sea monster, a symbol of the nuclear fears prevalent in post-Hiroshima and Nagasaki Japan. The series then takes a significant leap, adopting the analog horror genre known for its realistic portrayal through older analog media like grainy VHS tapes and static-filled audio. This style brings nostalgia and an unsettling feeling to the narrative. The series begins its eerie journey with the Godzilla suit incident, set in 1954. This episode narrates the story of an actor who becomes physically and psychologically fused with the Godzilla suit he wears. His transformation blurs the lines between reality and fiction, setting a precedent for the rest of the series. Following this unsettling start, the series introduces the Anguirus suit incident in 1955, where another actor undergoes a similar horrifying transformation while wearing the Anguirus suit, another creature from the Godzilla universe. The episode deepens the series' exploration into the psychological horror of losing one's identity. In 1962, the Godzilla encounter further evolved the series. It revisits the man in the Godzilla suit, delving into the long-term effects of his transformation. This episode skillfully combines horror, science fiction, and psychological thriller elements, making it a series highlight. Beyond the captivating stories, the series delves into Godzilla's cultural and historical significance. Originally a metaphor for nuclear destruction, the series gives this metaphor a literal twist. The transformed characters become embodiments of the horrors of nuclear warfare, reflecting the physical and psychological scars of such events. The societal impact and themes of the series are profound. It portrays a world struggling with the aftermath of war and the looming threat of nuclear annihilation, where monsters are not confined to the screen but are a terrifying part of reality. This approach allows the series to explore deeper themes of fear, trauma, and the human capacity for facing monsters. Throughout its run, the series maintains a consistent tone of dread and unease. While unique in its narrative, each episode contributes to an overarching theme of horror and despair. The choice of analog horror as the medium is crucial in making the series feel authentic and immediate, grounding it in a reality that, despite its fantastical elements, feels tangible and relatable. In conclusion, the Godzilla analog horror series offers a dark and imaginative reinterpretation of the classic Godzilla story. By integrating themes of transformation, identity, and societal fears with the stylistic elements of analog horror, the series provides a fresh perspective on the Godzilla mythos. Its ability to adapt and reinterpret the enduring appeal of Godzilla continues to captivate and terrify audiences worldwide. The Godzilla suit incident, 1954. The inaugural episode, The Godzilla suit incident, lays the foundation for the series' unsettling tone. Set in 1954, it narrates the bizarre tale of an actor who becomes one with the Godzilla suit. This episode is not just a story of horror, but a reflection of the nature of identity. The actor's transformation into Godzilla is a metaphor for the consuming nature of roles and the loss of self. The episode's grainy, authentic-looking footage adds to its eeriness, making the narrative almost plausible. This episode's ability to intertwine reality and fiction seamlessly sets it apart. The actor's transformation is depicted in a manner that is both disturbing and deeply symbolic. It speaks to the human condition, the fear of losing oneself, and the blurred lines between who we are and the masks we wear. With its haunting visuals and poignant narrative, this episode sets a high bar for the series and establishes its thematic depth. The Angera suit incident, 1955. Following the chilling opener, the Angera suit incident of 1955 delves deeper into the series' central themes. This episode explores the repercussions of the first incident, expanding the narrative into new yet equally disturbing territory. The focus shifts to another character, the actor in the Angera suit, and its harrowing transformation. This episode excels in portraying the psychological horror of becoming something other than human. It also raises questions about the nature of humanity and what happens when it's stripped away. The Angera suit incident is not just a physical transformation, but a symbolic descent into a form of living nightmare. The episode's visual storytelling, combined with its eerie sound design, creates a sense of immersion that is both compelling and unsettling. Moreover, this episode connects individual horror to broader cultural and societal fear themes. It reflects the anxieties of a post-war society, the fear of the unknown, and the consequences of human actions. The Angera suit incident, while a story of personal horror, is also a commentary on the collective fears of a society grappling with the aftermath of war and the spectre of nuclear annihilation. The Godzilla encounter, 1962. The series' exploration of horror reaches new heights in the Godzilla encounter of 1962. This episode, set 7 years after the previous incidents, showcases the lasting impact of the events, and both the characters and the world they inhabit. The narrative revolves around releasing a new film, King Kong vs. Godzilla, and the man's return in the Godzilla suit. This episode stands out for exploring the long-term effects of trauma and transformation. The man in the Godzilla suit, now a symbol of enduring horror, becomes a figure of fear and fascination. The episode skillfully uses the backdrop of a film release to explore themes of the spectacle, voyeurism, and the human fascination with horror. The episode's strength lies in its ability to create tension and suspense. The narrative builds to a shocking and inevitable climax, a testament to the series' skillful storytelling. The Godzilla encounter is not just a story of a monster, but a reflection of the monsters within us, the dark desires and fears that drive us. The Shadow of Destruction, 1965. The Shadow of Destruction, a 1965 installment in the Godzilla analog horror series, adds a new layer of depth to the complex narrative. This episode stands out for exploring psychological horror set against a post-apocalyptic backdrop in Tokyo. It tells the story of a group of survivors who discover an abandoned Toho studio where they unearth a series of tapes that chronicle an actress's transformation into a monstrous entity known as Shadow Godzilla. Unlike previous episodes focused on physical metamorphosis, The Shadow of Destruction delves into the psychological transformation of the actress. She becomes so immersed in her role as Godzilla that she loses touch with reality, believing herself to be the creature. This gradual descent into madness is depicted through the tapes found by the survivors, offering a harrowing glimpse into the mental toll of being constantly surrounded by themes of destruction and despair. The episode skillfully intertwines the actress's story with interviews with her past colleagues and family members. These personal accounts add a layer of poignancy to the narrative, illustrating the human cost of such a transformation. The reflections of those who knew her paint a picture of a once vibrant individual, consumed by a role that blurred the lines between fiction and reality. The Shadow of Destruction blends horror, drama, and psychological thriller elements. It goes beyond the physical horrors of transformation, instead highlighting the mental and emotional toll such changes can take. The episode is a poignant commentary on the impact of living in the constant shadow of nuclear fear, and the psychological scars it can leave behind. In conclusion, the Godzilla analog horror series is a storytelling masterclass, blending horror, history, and psychological depth. Through its exploration of identity, transformation, and the human condition, the series offers a unique and compelling perspective on the nature of fear and the monsters that lurk within us. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the dark heart of the Godzilla analog horror series. Don't forget to subscribe for more explorations into analog horror. Until next time, keep questioning the shadows.